the importance of clinical examination. You know, every now and again a paper comes along and supports what you've been thinking, or what your colleagues have been thinking for a long time. And in orthopedics, it's this: clinical examination is a key thing in diagnosing conditions, and in particular around the knee. It's not MRI imaging or any other form of imaging. So let me tell you about a paper that's come out in this journal, and I'm going to read from it. It's from June of this year, and it's by an orthopedic surgeon, Dr. Porter, and he looked at just over 700 patients over a period of nearly 7 years. He correlated clinical examination with an MRI examination, and what he found at the time of arthroscopy, that's keyhole surgery. And what he found is really fascinating. What he found was that the clinical examination, that's what we always emphasize to medical students, a proper clinical examination was more accurate for diagnosing a tear of the meniscus, that's on the outer part of the knee, and just as accurate for diagnosis of a tear of the meniscus on the inside part of the knee. So the physical examination is key. You don't need the damn MRI. And also, he correlated this with what he found at the time of arthroscopy. The arthroscopy obviously is more accurate than MRI because you actually see it. That's a real situation. It's there, you see it, you can probe it, confirm it. And the MRI didn't pick up a lot of important pathologies such as tears or lining of the joint. So don't be rushing into all these MRIs, you know. Medical legal literature is full of people saying that MRIs are gold standard. It is not the gold standard. Clinical examination is the gold standard. And this goes further than this. A lot of the time people say, oh, patients have back pain, and then they find something on the MRI, and then they say, oh, in these MRIs, this changes 20 to 30% times, this changes in the disc, you know, the disc space between the vertebral bodies, which aren't important because it's there on MRIs. But if the patient or the client has pain, is reporting pain, and part of your clinical examination finds something, that's the key, not whether there is some finding on the MRI. In fact, there may be nothing much on the MRI. It's the clinical symptoms that matter. So my final message to all you residents and medical students is that clinical examination is a key for the diagnosis of all, if not most, orthopedic conditions. Don't be relying upon imaging. Thank you.